with Kinsley Centers and Chief Meteorologist David Paul.
Joe Biden delivered his final address as president to the United Nations General Assembly today. His address comes as the UN grapples with a variety of global issues. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties with that soundbite, or with that video, I should say. So for more on the General Assembly, News 4's senior national correspondent Peter Zampa is live outside the UN. So Peter, what else did the president have to say today?
Well, Kinsley, this was a legacy moment for this president, reflecting on the last 4 years during his time as commander-in-chief, but also his decades of public service that he's undergone, whether it be the U.S. Senate, the vice presidency, remarking on all of these inflection points throughout the years of his time in these different offices, and how bodies like this one behind me, the United Nations, come together during these moments. Then he went on to say that this is another one of those moments where democracy is at stake in certain parts of the world and the need to fight for it, like in Ukraine, trying to stave off Russian aggression, saying that Vladimir Putin is losing, but this body cannot take its eye off the ball, cannot grow weary just because this war continues to drag on, that they need to maintain their support for the Ukrainian people. And then he went on to remark about the Middle East, the war, as tensions continue to grow there, with Israel now striking inside Lebanon, going after Hezbollah, and also maintaining its war in Gaza and its right to defend itself, saying that Israel does have a right, but that also peace is necessary and that a pathway to peace is necessary at some point. So urging the folks in this room behind us to try to come together to help forge that pathway to peace.
Peter, that leads me to my next question. So with the heightening tensions in the Middle East, how are leaders reacting?
Yeah, so the UN for months now has really criticized Israel's response to the Hamas attacks on October 7th, maintaining that it's just gone too far, especially in Gaza, where this humanitarian crisis continues to grow. And now with the tensions escalating to the north in Lebanon, the Israeli ambassador to the UN today said, look, they're not going after the Lebanese people, they're simply going after Hezbollah. And they say that if Hezbollah were to stop targeting civilian populations in Israel and stop their missile attacks, that Israel would be able to back down. But they maintain that they are not going to back down at any point until they get hostages back from Gaza, until they're able to eradicate Hamas, and until they're able to eradicate Hezbollah. That being said, a lot of folks in this building are not supportive of the way Israel is doing this right now. And the Turkish president, Erdogan, even went on to say, to compare Benjamin Netanyahu to Hitler and his approach during the 1930s and 40s. So clearly, the rhetoric and the dialogue right now has just escalated to a point where it doesn't seem like there's any peace in sight.
Peter Zampa, that's our time, but thanks for joining us today on News 4 at 5.
From the Forewarned Weather Center.